Okay, guys, let's see. Did this work this time? When I went to switch these screens, and it was on YouTube's end, what a surprise, they had a major freaking aneurysm. What a because that should have been a simple thing to switch the screen of what you guys are seeing. In other words, my setup here on Streamlabs, because we didn't have our typical chat one up there. That should have been like a second and a half process. And instead, YouTube decided to drop the signal altogether. And then when I saw it did that, it's like, okay, just let's restart it. And it just spun and spun forever. It wouldn't restart it. Yeah, it's just YouTube helping us out again. Hi, Hydra. Yeah, let's try this again and see what happens. Jesus Christ. It's always something new and fun. Fuck off, train. You're not new or fun. Oh, you're gonna take over as king? I think you are, Wolverine. Let's see. Let's see if Susan actually gives you your kingship. Oh, that's right. Alton had it from yesterday. Yep. Wolverine, the new boss. Same as the old boss. I think we're ready now, Jason. Yeah. Hopefully everybody was able to find their way, find their way back here. Find your way back. Because I'm sure with having to redo all this, I'm sure Susan will send out next to nothing for notifications on this one. Typically, that's what happens whenever we have an issue like that. Oh, good to have you here, Jordan. Yeah, because now we've been up for going on 2 minutes, and like I say, there's nothing going out as far as notifications. That's the way Susan handles things. Indo says New Orleans Breakers final game on Sunday versus the Generals, and it's playoffs versus the Birmingham Stallions. Go Blue Wave. Like I said, I still haven't seen. I didn't see any of the USFL this year. It's just been. I'll watch any football. I'll watch most all sports, but just haven't had the time. And now too with I told you guys yesterday in the stream. On Tuesday, I'm driving down to North Carolina to drop my car off at the house we have leased there, and then flying back the next day. So when I do that, I'm getting all the content ready for here at the YouTube channel, all the content ready for over at the Goosh, our Patreon. So my days are like really, really long. So I haven't been watching anything extra over the last couple days. Let's see. Big Green says I got the notification for the bot stream that just ended, but I didn't get it when it was actually live. Yeah, I figured as much, Big Green. Anytime we've had an issue like that in the past, even if it's YouTube's fault, if you have to restart the stream, Susan gives you the old nope. You can't have it. It didn't go right the first time. You're not allowed to have notifications. Like, again, as if we get them anyway. But you know what I'm saying. You didn't get it either, Lex? Yeah. Never surprised. And it seems lately, you guys have seen this too. It seems lately she really likes to ignore our notifications on Fridays, which of course is our big stream day because let's face it, for a crew of us who I think it's fair to say we're pretty fucked up. And I say that with the greatest amount of pride. And on Fridays, we take that to a whole new level. And Susan tries to be, a roadblock in our path to, what would that be? Fuck upness? Or whatever that is. What does it mean when you're more fucked up? Zuchan says, so it was an accident. Same thing happened to me for the second stream. Yeah, it's always an accident when you get a notification, Zuchan. Hey, Lude. Oh, and welcome to today's episode of Why Did I Not Get Notified for the channel I moderate? That's the part, Lude. You hit it right on the head. That's the most amazing part for me in all this. All our mods here are people who are in the vast majority or all our regular mods. I mean, some people have still have modship that don't get in as much. But, when you're talking Lude and Chrome and Big Green and Licks and well, I guess that's it. You guys are the core, and Wolverine are the core ones that are here pretty much every day. So when you're a mod on the channel, you're here for pretty much every single stream. Of course, subscribed and bell rung and everything, and you don't get a notification. It just proves that the whole system at YouTube is it's not fucked up, it's made up. You can't even say it's fucked up. It's just saying things like, "Oh, if you click the bell and click this, we'll notify." No, you won't. No, you won't. You won't guarantee to notify people at all. Rick says Susan doesn't like sticky stuff. She's trying to prevent people from getting a refreshing drink during a heat wave. Irresponsible. Truth. I think, yeah. I think there could be a lawsuit in there. And I think we would have such a solid case. I don't even think Google would contest us in court. I think they'd just pay us out. We need to look into that. Somebody who amongst you guys is a really good actor or actress can really get up there on the stand and cry and tell how, you weren't notified of the stream. And the fact that you missed out on sticky stuff that day has changed your life for the worse. And you are a fine, upstanding member of society. And now you smoke crack and sell your body on the street corners. Not that there's anything wrong with any of that, but you had to change professions to do that. I think we could get away with it. No notification, TMG. Yeah. It's never a surprise anymore. S. Blank says, based on how YouTube tried to rearrange people's subscription boxes at one point, I think it's just about time before certain channels become completely unfindable. Yeah, I think some of that is probably just the fact that they don't have a lot of competence here, but I think some of it's intentional too, depending on if the right person that acts as moderation for YouTube just decides they don't like your channel for whatever reason. There you go. Luke says, I'll cry and tell them how my sticky stuff stepped on a bee. Surely they'll see my plight. I think so. We have recent history of seeing where that's some powerful testimony. Excuse me. Yeah. Big Green follows up with, I can't even make an Amber Heard joke for this because she sucked at pretending to be sad. She did. And plagiarized even. Wouldn't even write her own material. Rick says, I'm crying to the phone how Susan molested me. Get me up there. Yeah. What's that from, Wix? What show was that? That was South Park, right? Where they were molesting them? Yeah, where they had all the parents. The kids got together, and I think I'm remembering the right one. The kids all got together and accused all the parents of molesting them to get them tossed out of town. Connor says, I got a notification about the videos before, but not the stream. That's too, Connor, that's, excuse me, guys. That's a lot of what really makes you wonder. Because if they're notifying you about the videos, they're saying, oh, okay, well, this person wants to be notified when there's activity on the channel, and then don't notify you about the live stream. What's the difference? But I guess, the problem I think we run into with that is we keep looking at presenting the evidence in a logical manner, and there's nothing logical about the way any of this is done. And to be honest, I don't think YouTube really gives a shit. At this point, Google looks at YouTube and keeps it mainly to try and feed YouTube TV. The Children of the Corn parody. That's right, Licks. Yes. Yeah, that was a good one. Kona says, I didn't get the notification either. Just jumped on and searched you up and it said you were live. That's how a lot of people, I think, Kona, a lot of the gang. I will say this, typically, YouTube is okay about if you're subscribed and if we go live or something, they're okay about recommending it, like in the sidebar recommendations and stuff. It's just the people that have signed up for notifications they just say, nah, yeah, you don't know what you're talking. You don't want to be notified of this. How dare you? Because I told you guys, YouTube keeps the stats for us. We have 60,000 people who, by YouTube's own numbers, 60,000 people who are signed up to get notified. Now, even if people, by and large, are not really into a live stream, say if you got 60,000, I think it's fair to say at the very least, at this time of day, which is a very popular time of day on the internet worldwide, I would say 1 out of 10 of those is available right now. Is online or on YouTube already or whatever the case may be, but I'd say they're available. So that's 6,000. So if there are 6,000 people who got notified, there's going to be more than 29 of them who jump in just to even see what's going on. They may not stay, but you're initially going to get a big flood of people who are just like, okay, what's this weird old prick doing now? You know what I'm saying? But again, we can't, there's no sense in dwelling on it. Hey, Morgan says, I'm blowing off work to say hi. I'm glad you did. And I think, well, the workplace and schools should have a little bit of respect. I mean, they should allow for people to have their own personal hierarchy. And I don't care where you are. You know, I don't care if you're a neurosurgeon in the middle of playing with the pieces of somebody's brain or something. If this stream comes on, you're like, oh, hold on. I mean, what? They're already unconscious. They're not going anywhere. And I don't think people should meet repercussions for that. Priorities. Lou says the thing I'm wondering is why our video notifications so consistent, but not the live stream ones. Yeah, you don't have to watch a video when it drops. If you miss the stream, you miss the entire part of the stream. 100%, Lou. That's what's always infuriated me, and especially with as much as we love doing streams, especially Free for All Fridays. You hit the nail right on the head. It's like, and that's what gets me too with how often I know most all of you have experienced it because you've told me you have. You'll get a notification like hours, sometimes even days later on a stream. And like Lud says, okay, it sucks if you do that on a video, but the video is still going to be there. So you go watch it later. But on a live stream, that's the idea. Well, it's in the name, YouTube Live. People tend to want to be there and experience it all together. So when you send them a notification after the stream is over, you really didn't do anybody a fucking favor. That's right. Morgan says priorities indeed. I'm here for the bad touch and sticky stuff. And that's I'm glad you said that, Morgan. That's what I would like to be the legacy of this channel. When all is said and done, I want people to say, yeah, that's the place with all the bad touch. Oh, and the sticky stuff on Fridays. And everybody be like high-fiving and stuff. And the people who are really into it will be high-fiving and their hands will stick together a little bit because they have their official Free for All Friday sticky stuff fanny packs. And, it's like moisturizer. Well, not moisturizer. It's cooler than that. Moisturizer is just like, big deal. Sticky stuff brings you to a whole new level of humanity. Mortem says, ain't no neurosurgeons here. We're not neurosurgeons, but we play one on TV. Well, okay, official neurosurgeons, with all the big degrees and the licenses and all that crap. No. Are there people here who may have cut into people's heads and played around with their brains? Sure. I mean, it's a, potato, potato. I've done the same watching a stream during work, Social Mute says. It saves my sanity trying to rewire automatic doors. See? And that we're providing a service, not a surface. Yeah, that too. A service, because now, like Social Mute says, it gives him a little time to unwind, get his mind straight. Just think, if he hadn't watched the stream, if he hadn't taken a couple minutes to watch the stream, he's going to be in there tinkering around, and he's stressed out, and he hasn't had any relief during the day. And he's going to rewire one of those automatic doors to slam shut and kill somebody. But nobody thinks about that. People walk into the market or into the mall or whatever, and the automatic door opens and closes nicely, and they never go, thanks, Curtis. That's the way people are. Yes. Good point, Morgan. She says, easier to bad touch if our hands stick together. Josh says, yo, Curtis, I'm looking forward to having pizza tonight. Oh, I'm always looking forward to having pizza. Also, my favorite Naruto movie is Ninja Clash in the Land of Snow. Cool. Yes, pizza. I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight, but if pizza gets suggested, I will be on board. Excuse me. S. Blank says, I may not be a neurosurgeon, but I am smart enough to know that I have brain damage. Me too. I even have a paper trail to prove it. From actual people with, all those degrees and crap on the wall. Let's see. Does anyone you know or have served in the military? Oh, sure. I got a lot of family and friends who have served. I was never in, but I have a lot of family and friends who have served. Did you hear about the 2 U.S. former soldiers who surrendered to Russian forces? No. No, I didn't hear about that. That's unusual. You don't hear a lot about that. You hear a lot of Russian defections the other way. They don't hear about that much. Milag says YouTube should subcontract giving out notifications to another company. Perhaps they could partner with Adam and Eve and we can get butt plugs that vibrate with notifications or something. Oh, now see, this is why us as a group, the Spaz Boys Comedy Brigade, should be in charge of things here at YouTube, because that's a quality idea right there. Can you imagine getting a special little tingle? Well, I was going to say, could you imagine getting a special little tingle every time we go live? But we all do anyway. Damien says, "Where's my money, man? Where's my money? How much that mustache cost?" What does he say to Damien? Was it $1.95 or $2.95? He said something like that. That's one of the greatest moments ever. That is just freaking hysterical. I actually had, you guys know now when I'm doing, try not to laugh. When I'm doing regular reaction videos to a series, as I watch, I try not to pause them. Well, one of the ways I got into that was I never wanted people to be watching my reaction as opposed to the original. So if I laugh too long, talk too much, and speak over it, I'm okay with that because it prevents people from doing that. But sometimes, and it's rare, again, especially you Gooshers know because we put out so many reaction videos over at the Patreon, it's rare for me to be hit so hard that I have to pause it, because it's going to be like I'm going to have a blank 2 to 3 minutes on this video where I was laughing so hard I catch nothing else, and it just happened today. It's a rarity, but it happened. Anybody got to guess which show it was? you guys should guess things that are totally inappropriate to have a laughing fit. Conad. Yeah. What do you guys think it would have been? Which show? Well, we're gonna play a guessing game. This is what you guys come here for. Is this kind of next level entertainment, like random, meaningless guessing games. I have not seen the new Top Gun, but yes, I've heard positive things too, Shelby. That's one I was never into the original enough. I'll watch it, but I'll wait for it to stream. But yes, the people that I know that have seen it, it's been really positive. SpongeBob, Family Guy. Archer, Family Guy. I did watch Archer today, but that's not the one that got me today. Big Green says, yes, this is what I'm here for. Archer gave me a lot of laughs today, but it never made me, well, it's rare for me to have to stop. And this isn't fair though, too. I didn't think to point out to you guys that I didn't just record for, the YouTube channel today. I recorded for the Patreon Goosh as well. And I know all of you aren't Gooshers, but if any of you, if you're over there for any reason at all, you don't have to be a member to see what I've been posting. So I just want to see, and I know we have a lot of Gooshers in here. Boondocks, good guess, Morgan. Boondocks was also a good episode today. That wasn't it. Indo says, I really want to check out Jurassic World Dominion. Yeah, my wife and I are going to that. I also want to see Halloween Ends and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey when they get released. I want to see those too. My wife and I, we have such differing tastes that the whole Jurassic World series is one of the few things that we both really like. So we just haven't had opportunity yet where we have staff in the house with my daughter and everything to go watch it. We're going to go on opening day, and our staff called out sick that day. So we weren't able to go. So we got to rearrange it. Future Diary, good guess, Jason. No. So, hee-haw. I actually, the Vince McMahon situation, Jordan, was brought up to me yesterday during the stream. Excuse me, I hadn't heard of it till then, but after the stream I went, to look it up because I wanted to read more about it. And yeah, some people are saying they thinking it might be a work. I don't think so. And it's too in line with Vince McMahon's personality for him to be running into something like this. But some people are trying to say it might be a work. Christian says, what are we guessing? Another the anime? Nope. Christian, we're talking about how when I'm watching a series in a reaction video, even if the series is what like Boondocks or Archer, known for comedy, I try not to stop for a number of reasons. But today was one of those times I actually had to stop, and it was over something silly because I was laughing so freaking hard. It was just I wasn't going to be able to. You get laughing that hard, you're not going to be able to even glean anything that is coming up for the next couple minutes. Nobody's guessed it yet. You guys have been all around the show, but nobody said it. At least unless I missed it. In which case, when I say it, and if somebody already guessed it, I'm going to get in big fucking trouble. Sheamus and The Undertaker, two of my favorite wrestlers from WWE. Yeah, Undertaker's one of my all-time favorites, yeah. Milog got it. I knew somebody'd guess it. Oh, JoJo. I haven't watched JoJo in so long. Wolfmania, that was good. Milog's got it. It was an episode of Gintama. All right, now, this is such a fun game. Let's see who can be the first one to guess which character in Gintama it was. And it was just a simple thing. And those are usually the things that get me. It was just a character kind of like reacting to something that happened. And it just undid me, took me apart. What character you guys think it was? Good guess, Milog. Indo says the director of the new Winnie the Pooh horror film claimed that Winnie and Piglet went so insane that they ate Eeyore. Yikes. Fire Jeff says, Bob? Hey, Bob. Dexter's Lab, nowhere. That was okay. It was not something I watched a lot of. I saw some episodes of it. It was pretty good. No, not Kondo. That's a good guess, though, Milog. I've grown to like Kondo. The gorilla. Wasn't Geen. Domenico. Gintoki would be the good guess, though. Big Green says, I'm not surprised Eeyore is the first to die. Well, oh gosh. Life is just not really that good. Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Yeah, sad sack bitch. No. I hope that said at some point in there. Who the fuck is blowing their horn out there? That's what she said. Johnny Bravo? Yeah, Johnny Bravo was good. Again, not like high on my all-time list, but it was good. Utsuru? If you could wrestle again, who would your dream opponent be? Oh, I don't know. It would be somebody in the indies. It would be somebody I wanted to give something back to, like one of the young guys that I helped bring along the way or something. I'd like to put one of them over. You guys hearing that? We never have shit like this going on here. What the hell is going on out there? We live in this dopey little nothing village. I guess the horns have stopped. Yeah, Morgan. It's like, I just want to make sure. My wife's out right now. I want to make sure she's not anywhere near out in this area here. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. It sounds like somebody's getting murdered. I don't think I've ever heard that before in all the years I've been here. It just stopped. Now, they're doing some construction out there, but they've been doing that for weeks, and people are just going to lay on their horns over it. Oh, I loved Looney Tunes, TM. Nope, my wife's not anywhere near there. Good. I don't know what the hell that was about. Oh, I loved Regular Show. It eventually jumped the shark, though, Connor. Pretty much after, well, I don't know. I won't say right when Mordecai got the new girlfriend, but shortly after he got the new girlfriend, I thought it kind of started going downhill. No, no one guessed. Oh wait. Ed, and Eddie. Now Ed and Eddie. Well, you know that, Edgar. I love that show. That was so good. But the character was Kagura. Oh my God, I don't know why that just struck me perfectly today. I would show you guys the clip of it, but it's not really fair. I mean, to the Gooshers, it hasn't even been posted because I'm several days ahead to the Goosh yet. But she's just such a great character. Cat Dog Cat Dog was okay. That was another one too. I watched. It was not like Regular Show. Actually, when Regular Show its first few seasons, that was something that Spaz Kid and I made it a point to see. Cat Dog was okay. It's not one I ever went out of my way to make sure I was there for, but it was okay. Oh, Damien says, Curtis, just yesterday there was a murder at our local Walgreens. Oh, shit. It's the pharmacy we use. This 28-year-old dude had been creeping on a 17-year-old coworker. Management did nothing, and eventually he killed her in the break room. Jesus Christ. This freaking... what the hell is going on? It just... what the fuck? Man... Shelby says Cat Dog is probably a good one to watch if you're high. Yeah, I would think so. And even if you didn't know anything about the show, just the name Cat Dog, you would probably think, yeah, if I'm gonna watch this, I gotta get fucked up. Tom and Jerry, yeah, as a kid, I loved Tom and Jerry. That was one. You guys gotta remember when I was little, you got cartoons on Saturdays. That was it. Well, there was a few on Sundays, but they were typically the shit ones. And on Sundays, you got crap like that religious one, that Davy and Goliath. And I used to watch that just to make fun of them. They were stupid. Davy. Come on, Davy. Let's go fuck some shit up, Davy. Yeah, I hated that show. But Saturday was basically it. I couldn't wait to get up on Saturdays. You know, you got up all week for school, didn't matter. I got up early on Saturdays, got my mixing bowl full of Frosted Flakes, loaded up with sugar, and just watched cartoons. Love Beavis and Butthead, Tyshawn. I can't wait. They got the new movie coming out on Paramount Plus. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I love Beavis and Butthead. There's way too many psychopaths in the world right now, Spaz Dev. Sad but true, man. Yeah, Shelby. The new movie, it's going to be on Paramount Plus. I don't remember the date or if they even gave a date or just said it was upcoming. But I just over the last week I've been seeing the previews and promotion for it. And it's like, I can't freaking wait for that. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. That was it. And I couldn't remember the name. Yes. I remember Real Monsters Wolfmania. I didn't see a lot of that. I do remember that. Now that you say it, I don't remember much about that at all. You know I had to see an episode or two because it was so familiar when you said it, but I don't really remember anything about it. Ren and Stimpy were pretty cool, Zuchen. They were pretty good. Rugrats was good. Tyler, you know what I liked about Rugrats is they weren't afraid. As a matter of fact, they did it on the regular. They would throw in pretty adult jokes. Now, they didn't do it inappropriately. They would always do it in a way where the innuendo would fly over the head of a child. So it's no harm, no foul, because the kid's just not going to realize a joke was told. But there was a lot of that in there. And that used to crack me up in and of itself. But that was a pretty good one. June 23rd? Thanks, Indo. So, less than a week. Yeah, I love Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead Do America was great. Big Green says the manga Bastard is getting an anime adaptation on Netflix. They just released a trailer. It looks good, so I'm excited. Oh, cool. I read the manga and then forgot to continue reading it. Well, that's what I was talking about yesterday, Big Green, is I'm hoping this week, again, I'm going to be gone Tuesday and Wednesday, but I'm hoping this coming week we can fit in a stream that will be anime chat, and that will be the central focus, is talking about all the stuff that's coming out this year, because there's so much going on. Huckleberry Hound was okay, Indo. That was one. Wacky Races, that was pretty fun. I liked Wacky Races. Flintstones too. Flintstones was actually for a while when I was a kid. Flintstones was a primetime show. I'm the great Cornholio. Give me TB from my bunghole. I see any of the Godzilla animes? I don't think so, Rick. No, nothing Godzilla-ish. The Banana Splits Adventure Hour, yeah, and remember that? Well, they were creepy. La 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 la. One banana, two banana, three. I don't remember all of it though. Jetsons was good. Yep, Jetsons was one I liked. Wolfmania. Always love the intro to that with George out running on the treadmill. Lude says it'll be good to have another one. Been a while since an anime specific stream. Yeah, and like I said, Lude, it's just such a perfect time to do it with so many things going on in the anime / manga world. It's perfect time to do one. Big Green says Bastard is a dark fantasy manga and it does the JoJo thing of naming things after metal and rock music. Oh, that's cool. The protagonist has the super cheesy name Dark Schneider. That is cheesy. I like that. Yeah, Boomerang was cool. Shelby, that had a lot of great stuff. That channel. I watched some of the Goosebumps stuff going nowhere because my grandson, when he was younger, was really into it. So yes, I've seen some of them. They were pretty good. A lot of them were well made. Oh, I love Death Note, Rick. Are you kidding? Death Note is just like one of my favorites ever. Death Note is brilliant. Hostile Threat says, do you support Trump? That's kind of off topic, but it's Free for All Friday. Anything goes. I don't know. You'd have to be more specific than support. Did I vote for him? Yes. Do I like him? No. On policy, he's preferable to the other candidates for me. The other side at the current moment. Do I want him to run again? No. If he does, I will probably have to vote for him again, but it's one of those things you do with your nose held. Chowder and Amazing World of Gumball. Love them both, Zuchen. Gumball is fantastic. And Chowder, you know what I always liked about Chowder? Did you guys ever notice how the animation there, their clothing, I don't know how to describe it. Their clothing didn't move with their bodies like normal animation. It was like the character was moving over a backdrop of the material of the clothing as they moved. It was just weird. That always struck me. It was good too, though. Wolverine says your grandkids from your kids or stepkids? Both. I have grandkids from both. Damien says, if that craziness at Walgreens wasn't enough, when I left work yesterday, there were 2 cops waiting by the bathrooms cops, so it was, waiting to arrest someone. I don't want to know why. Why do I still live here? Yeah, that's pretty, yikes, that's pretty messed up. Yeah, wasn't that weird, Zuchen, with Chowder? It just was fascinating to me how they did that with that animation. I liked that a lot. Was Flapjack that way too, Shelby? Might have been. I watched Flapjack. I don't remember. Chowder stood out to me for it, but Flapjack might have been too. Yes, Edgar. Courage the Cowardly Dog and the old man and the old woman. Yeah, that was another twisted cartoon, and it twisted in a very awesome and inspiring way. Excuse me. Flapjack was indeed really weird, Licks. Really weird. Chase says it sucks that every presidential election we only have 2 options that people care about. And you know it is, Chase, it'll be that way because what happens is anytime, well, it's rare to happen anyway, but if you get a third-party candidate who isn't a lunatic, because unfortunately a lot of them have been, but if you get a third-party candidate who's viable, what happens is if the right thinks that they're going to take votes away from them, they all browbeat each other to not voting for that candidate. And the same thing with the left. If the left thinks that this candidate leans a little too far left and it'll siphon votes away from their Democrat, they browbeat each other and say, oh, you're wasting your vote. They're not going to win. And people will come back and say, but we'll be stuck in 2-party system forever. And this response you get every time throughout history is, this is the most important election in the history of the planet. Now is not the time to start playing around. And so you'll never get viable third-party candidates because of that. Oh, he was. Wolfmania says, I thought Eustace was mean towards Courage in every episode. I don't know about every episode, but yeah, he was a dick to him. Absolutely he was. Ooh, that was a good one, Damien. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Yeah, that was a good one. Jeez. That was a really good one. I like that one a lot. I almost forgot about that one. Oh, me too. Llamas with Hats is an all-time favorite, Mortem says. I the ending of that is still like that's a punch to the feels. I am neither a Republican or Democrat. Never have been. Always will be an independent. I don't align down the line with either side. I have too many different topics that I would lean to what is traditionally the opposite ways to align with either of them. Animaniacs is good. Yep. Futurama, yeah. Futurama, Tyler, I've gotten into that more from you guys, encouraging me to do the try not to laughs on Futurama. That's been some funny stuff. Now I had seen it prior. I knew the characters. I'd watched episodes, and I told you guys I loved that final episode they had. But yeah, hey Mel, I really enjoy the yeah. Think of what you're saying. I really enjoy watching the clip episodes of it. The try not to laughs. They've been really good. We were just talking about Beavis and Butthead, Millie Joe, and excitement about the movie coming up. Less than a week, we get the Beavis and Butthead movie. Rick says, every election is the most important election in the history of elections. Yep, every time we get that. The truth is that no election is important, and we should decide our leaders by naked gladiator battles. Indeed, we should. You guys will hear it. Just pay attention. If you go on social media at all, pay attention to how many times with the midterms coming up, and it's getting close now. I mean, we're into June. You only got under 5 months left. You're going to see people constantly on social media. The hyperbole will be off the charts. This is the most important election ever. And then in 2024, it's going to get even worse. That's all you'll hear. You don't understand. The very shape of the world, our democracy is at stake. The future of the world is at stake. We're all going to be dead in a month if you don't vote the proper way. This is the most important. It will happen every single time. And the morons doing it think that they're the first ones to say that. Oh, this is the first time anyone's taken notice that this is the most important election ever. Cowboy Bebop's great. Christian says the midterms will be interesting. As it stands right now, Christian, and again, that's not to say what will happen then, because we know political winds change in this country like nothing. If it were held today, I think it would be a bloodbath for the Democrats right now. It's just really bad, especially with Biden he's not on the ticket, but with Biden as the face of the Democrats, when his poll numbers are lower than Trump's were at this point, and the most recent polls that pit the two of them together even have Trump beating him. That's bad, because we all know that Trump is popular with his core group, but that he, as a person, just the way I am, I voted for him, but I don't like him, and I don't want to have to vote for him again. There's lots of us. So for Biden to be that upside down with his poll numbers, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. SpazDev says, I'm a bit worried about the new Beavis and Butthead movie because the South Park Paramount Plus movies haven't been good, but I have faith because I think Mike Judge can still make it funny. I hope so. I think he will. SpazDev, I really hope so. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mindy was great. Zuchan. Total Drama Island was good. I didn't watch Spaz Kid, especially the first season of that. Really got into it. I've watched it, but not, to the degree he had. But it was good. I did like what I saw. Damien says it's like how schools happen to have a lice outbreak every single year. I know it was. Is it still like that? Because I know it was when I was a kid. Every year. And back then they had to go through it and pick through everybody's hair, and they'd find a few kids and they'd get that lice comb, and yep, I remember that. Morton says, I'm actually a member of Anonymous because the government lost all my trust. The problem is, Morton, the government doesn't do anything to prove they're trustworthy. It's sad, and I'm not an anarchist at all. I don't want that to be the case. I would embrace the idea of our government working well for us and being able to defend them and say, no, you're wrong. This is what the government does, and this is what they do well, but they don't. They just fucking don't. And they don't care. I mean, it's more about them taking care of themselves than it is any of us. Seinfeld was great. The show was great. That's why it still pisses me off to this day that when I had the opportunity to meet Jerry Seinfeld, I didn't take it because I didn't like his stand-up. I didn't think he was that funny. And then the next year he gets the Seinfeld show, and then shortly after that it starts taking off, and I wouldn't switch my schedule up so I could have gone and met him. My opinion of Bernie Sanders, I don't like Bernie just because hostile to, I've told the gang here, if you boil me down to one main basic core belief as far as federal government, it's that I don't want any more of our money than is absolutely necessary to go to the federal government to allow them to redistribute it to us, because I think they can't do it. I know they can't do it. They've never proven they are able in any way, shape, or form to do it. And by nature of his policies and his philosophies, that's what Bernie Sanders wants. He wants the public to pay in more and more and more. We'll take that money in and we'll redistribute it for you. We'll give you your health care. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. Nope. I don't want the government getting any more of our money than they absolutely have to give us the basics that only the federal government can provide for us. Wow, hostile. So you got a lot of a lot of political questions. Would you agree the 1% in corporations are the enemy of democracy and the common working people? No. Do I think like in any other group, spectrum, ideology, however you want to put it, there are bad and there are those that take advantage of the system at the expense of us? Yes. Do I think that's a reasonable general statement? No. I did see Drake and Josh going nowhere. It was okay. I was never all that into it. Spazdev says, so there's a YouTuber named Scare Theater who got hacked and as a result got his entire channel deleted. Oh, man. Luckily, he got his channel back, but there have been other people who this happened to. Yeah, I know of some of them. I will say this. Like I say, I'm always willing, as much as YouTube pisses me off, they do something right, I'm more than happy to admit to that. In my experiences alone, YouTube has done a fairly good job, because I've known a few people that happened to. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. In helping people retrieve hacked channels. They do seem to take that fairly seriously. Again, just in my experiences. One of the few things I can say I think they've done a decent job of. Lex says, okay, when did this become an episode of Prime Minister's Digest? Hey, Irene, good to see you. One thing I find amusing is how politicians never fail to blame the current incumbent for all the problems of the world, always. Then proceed to get blamed for the exact same things in the next election. That's been the case forever, Irene. Yeah, you're right. And then it all gets muddled and it works both ways. And then regardless of the side, this isn't, one side or the other. Not only do they get blamed for everything, then you have the supporters of whichever side is in power unwilling to take blame for the things that actually are their fault. They'll take it that step further. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. Indo says, Curtis ever watched Steveterberry? No. Nope. Don't know that one. Oh wait, that wasn't couldn't have meant Steven Universe. It's got to be Steveter. No, never heard of that. iCarly or Lab Rats? iCarly was cool, Zuchen. Lab Rats I know of. I didn't really watch. iCarly I watched a bunch of episodes of. I thought that was a good cast. That was funny. Oren says, I just want anyone to actually exercise any of the power they were elected to have. It feels like nothing ever actually happens. It's been like 20 years. Do we literally only debate now? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, and politicians, and I know I'm picking on Biden in here, but this is the first instance that pops to mind. Well, politicians can't do are things like, and because I know a lot of people this affects. Whether you agree or disagree with the government forgiving student debt loans or part of them, I watched Joe Biden look into a camera while on the campaign trail and say, I will knock out $10,000 of debt on student loans for everybody. I can do it with the stroke of the pen day one. He did not say, I'm going to run it past Congress. I'm going to try and get support for it. He said, I can do it. Stroke of a pen, meaning an executive order. And then just didn't do it. And then it's things like that. It's like, and now supposedly, I mean, if you believe what they get from quote unquote insiders, he's like beside himself, pissed off that his poll numbers are lower than Trump's were. It's like, dude, you can't do shit like that. You can't tell people I'm going to do this very specific thing and then go, nah, fuck it. Damien says, Curtis the Spaz Reactor. I recommend doing a reaction videos on some of Lance Stewart's prank videos. His grandma has hilarious reactions. Thanks, my friend. Like I said, I've got a specific, finally, we have a specific lineup of what we're doing here at the channel. It's not to say it won't change. It will change at some point. We'll, as we find different things we want to do. But I've got a very specific setup right now. You guys, any of you guys want to know what it is? It's on the about section of the channel. S-Blank says, I'm glad that edgy teen phase is behind me because the things going on right now are more fuel than any of the stuff happening back then was. Yeah, I know what you mean, S-Blank. You're right. My favorite slasher movie, Tyler, would probably be Child's Play, because Chucky was scary to me. I don't know why. Freddy Krueger was scary. I shouldn't say that. Freddy Krueger was scary, but Jason really didn't. Wasn't that scary to me and stuff. But for some reason, that creepy little fucking doll did. That would probably be my favorite of those. The original Leprechaun was scary too, but no, I'd stick with Chucky. Riddle's match with Roman, I think that'll be good, Kyle. Yeah, I think that was good booking. I'm really disappointed. I have something I have to do tonight. I'm going to be out all evening because I would like to see it. I'll watch the replay later, but Victorious, yeah, that was okay, Zuchen. Yep, I remember. I can't remember her full name, but yeah, I used to see that. When's the OnlyFans dropping hostile threat? Says, oh yeah, it's got to be coming soon. That's what she said, and she was wrong. Jason's your favorite slasher villain? Is he Big Green? Yeah, for me, it's definitely Chucky, and I can't explain to you guys why. He was scary. Would I wrestle again if I could? Yeah. I if I wanted to. Do I think I could do another match? Well, I know I could do another match. I could take the beating, but I refuse to do a match and not do a decent match. So before I could, I'd have to put in several months of good cardio. The other stuff I can do, the beating I can take, the moves I can perform, but I would blow up because I don't have good enough cardio. Yeah, I like Spencer on iCarly's Fazdev. Yeah, he was cool. The cool older brother. Yeah, Jason's the man, or Michael Myers. He's a druid, Rick says. Yeah, Freddy. What I liked about Freddy Big Green was I did like taking it into the dream realm, because that way, at least there, you never got caught up with the stupidity that you did in some of the others, where the slasher character is supposed to actually be a human, but gets axe buried 10 inches into a skull and just gets up and walks on. Whereas with Freddy, with everything being a dream state, I just liked that concept, and it took all the shackles off. He could do anything. So yeah, I liked him. Connor says, hey, I got to catch up on stuff. Yeah, Chucky freaked me out too, Rick. That's why he was my favorite, because he was, and again, I couldn't even tell you guys why specifically more than the others, but yeah, he was freaky as hell. All right, guys. Well, I gotta go. I have to, as I said, my granddaughter has a performance this evening that we're going to, and before that, I have to go out and mow my lawn. I have people coming on Monday to look at the house, because as soon as we get the house sold, we can finally actually make the move down to North Carolina. And as I told you guys, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to be down there dropping off my car, so we only have one vehicle to take down there when we go. So got a ton of stuff to get done, and make sure, you know, I've got all the content done ahead of time so that there's no break in what we do here for you guys. Guys, thanks for this stream. As always, Free for All Fridays are just so much fun, and I'm going to try and keep this schedule of keeping the streams regular. We'll be doing a lot of topics we have. We'll be doing the video clip streams. We'll be doing the topical, you know, talk about whatever's going on streams. We're going to be doing anime chats again. So I've got a lineup coming. Once I get to North Carolina, I'll even make a schedule for the streams as well as the videos, and because I should be able to do a better job of sticking to it then. But we know sticking to it. Perfect segue, because we know why you're all here. It's Free for All Friday. It's sticky stuff. Everybody, I'm assuming you have the official Free for All Friday sticky stuff fanny packs, because fanny packs are cool. You got to have them in the ready, because with only dispersing sticky stuff on Fridays, you want to make sure you got, you know, plenty always on hand. Get it? It's always on hand because it's sticky. That's the kind of humor you come here for. Pumfu pumfu. Sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you. Because we'll bang, okay? Flashlight like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, and oh yeah, this is what you come here for. Goosh, 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 goosh. Ah. Goosh.